Hello everyone, and welcome to the one-shot Hardcore SMP. In today's episode, we're going to be building a fishing hut, map room, and a sawmill, and some other pretty things too. In the last episode, we pulled off our first prank and finished building our awesome looking castle. Now we can't really start building until we've got some resources, so let's get some trees chopped and some stone mined. Okay, so I think I want to start off with a fishing dock, and I think I want to put it in this area here. I started off by placing spruce logs as supports for the dock, making sure they went all the way to the bottom of the ocean. I stripped all the logs, then I said hello to Sev. Next, I started filling in the floor with spruce slabs. I wasn't really sure where I wanted it to be, but this will give me something to work with. I decided to build a staircase down to the ocean. That way we've got a place to get in and out of our boat. I made some more pillars to give that a little bit of support. I decorated the top of the supports with barrels and spruce slabs. I took some inspiration from Matt's dock, and I filled in the gaps between the barrels with these chains. I wanted to give the floor some texture using stripped spruce and trapdoors. And then, this happened. Don't worry, still alive. After all that, I started building up the supports for the back of the dock, added some more spruce slabs, killed another trident guy, and now our dock's starting to take a little bit of shape. We've got a nice base to work on here, so I say let's slow things down and build up a little fisherman's hut. Alright, so I think we'll start off by planning a little space. I think I want the build to go around this area. So we'll clear out these, flatten this dirt out of the way. Right, that'll do. I think I want to start the building here and across. So we'll come across 7, I think. Yeah, just about there. I hear you down there. And then we'll bring it back 5. Same on this side and across. Right, so I think we'll have something there and then maybe something on the side here as well. Perfect, that'll be cool. And then one last thing, I think we'll have a chimney here as well. Okay, we've got a nice space to work with. Now let's decide what blocks we're going to use. Right, so I've got a pallet here for the fishing hut. We're going to go with spruce, oak planks. Then in the roof, we'll have some grass blocks with some grass on top. And then, of course, barrels and chains. And then in here, I should have everything we need to make it, I hope. But yeah, let's start building this thing. Wait, quick sleep first. Okay, now let's start building. I really wanted to make this look different to everything else in the village. And I think we've done that by using a lot of wood in the build. I used a bit of stone in the chimney just to tie it in with everything else. And I think it's looking pretty good. So yeah, let's take a closer look. This is the fishing hut we got. I really like the way it's integrated into the dock, looking pretty good. Let's ignore the inside. But I've gone with a nice shallow roof here, and I'm really enjoying the grass on the top. Something a little bit different. And for anyone wondering, this is meant to be like fish in barrels. You might have to use your imagination a little bit. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this one's turned out. Now we've got a lot more projects to get on with today, so I think we need to move on. And as you can see, me and Ryan have done a little bit of planning off camera. So each bit of red wall dictates where a building's going to be. And then we're going to try and fill in all the gaps with fields. But where have all the cows and sheep gone? You saw nothing. And I think the next thing I want to work on is the front of the castle here. So we need to put in a course dirt path coming out around this way. Then either side of the path, I think I want a carrot field and a potato field. So let's get right to it. I really wanted to give our path a nice winding feel. And because of this, it's going to give us a more interesting shape for our fields. I want everything to feel quite organic when it comes to the terrain here, because that's going to make the island look a whole lot better. So I got one field planted here, and I thought I'd just quickly bring you back in to build up a retaining wall. I built up the base of the wall using cobble and andesite, and then I detailed it using a few variants of those blocks. And this is the finished retaining wall. I'll probably do a lot more of these fields off camera, so I thought it would be a good idea to show you how they're built. Anyway, I'm going to make more fields. Okay, so I got the other field planted. Looking good, looking good. And you can see I've put another retaining wall just around the edge here. And I think that's framed our castle in really well now. Really happy with that. And you may notice I started planning our next build. And that next one's going to be our sawmill. I think this is a nice spot. I thought it'd be nice to try and integrate it into the retaining wall here. But yeah, let's get working on that. So I started out by building a stone base using tuff and cobblestone. And a little bit of andesite mixed in there as well. I made some doors using spruce trapdoors. And I made a little open one too. Next, I added a spruce trim to the top of the base because I want the part above it to stick out one block. Now we got nice little arches for our trim. I started building out some support pillars using stripped spruce, made some more arches, and then I filled in the gap using stripped oak and glass. Next, I started building up the shape of the roof using spruce slabs and trapdoors. Next, it was time to start building up the main shape of the roof, just keeping this nice and simple. I then ran a trim along the top using spruce slabs. I think this gives a nice little detail. Next, I made some spruce wood supports for the roof. And then filled in all the gaps using cobbled deep slate stairs and deep slate brick stairs. The build was looking a little bit top heavy, so I decided to build up a chimney. Next up, I wanted to make a little lean-to to cover the tree processing area. Bruh. I placed a grindstone to act as a woodcutter. Then I used acacia to try and make something sort of mechanical, I guess. I think it's looking alright. I then built the tree that was being processed. I think this turned out really cool with all the leaves and the fence gates. And here we go. Here's the finished sawmill. This might be one of my favorite builds in a long time. I think it's got a good amount of detail, but it's not looking too busy. And for me, that is the sweet spot. Alright guys, sawmill finished. I'm really happy with this. If you take a look around here, I think we've got another spot for a field, so I'm going to get on that in a minute, because I want to start working our way to this bit of wool here. And that's because this is going to be our last build for today, which is going to be the map room. And I got something a little bit different planned for this area, but we'll get to that soon. I think what we're going to do next is grab some cobble and mark out where our next few fields are going to be. So I know I want to run one down the side of this path here, and I think we'll give this one a retaining wall. Come around like this, and then maybe connect it up to the fishing hut. And we'll probably run a little path through here just to connect up to the dock. So we've got a nice space for a little field there. This field here is temporary. We need to tidy this one up, but I think I'll wait for Ryan to plan out his build here first. You know, on second thoughts, we could have a path run along here that connects up with this one. And then we could have another little field just in here. Okay, little field there, field here, more path. I'll see you when it's all done. Let's go. So I built the path around and joined it up to the fishing hut again, and then started building up the walls to the two farms. I decided to plant wheat in the first field. We haven't done one of those on our side yet. And then the second one, I went with potatoes because, well, I have way too many potatoes. All right, we got a creeper. Okay, now sleep. Okay, so here's the two farms all grown up, looking nice. And you might also notice I've added some custom trees. And this is adding so much to the area. I really love them. I've also kind of fixed up this area a little bit as well. And I started tidying up the big farm down here as well. So this all still needs a lot of work. Next up though, I want to start prepping for the map room, which is going to be in this area here. And you might already notice I got my elytra on ready to fly around to generate the maps. So let's head into the castle because we're going to need a bunch of iron and a bunch of redstone too. I'm going to go with a 3x3 map. So we're going to need 9 compasses and some paper. I think I got some more sugarcane somewhere. Here it is. There we go. Right, paper and then maps. There we go. 9 maps. Perfect. Right, 9 maps acquired, and I've also got 9 item frames as well. I'm going to plop these down here for now. And now, I've never made maps before, so here we go. Oh, okay. So I think this one's going to be the middle. So we need to head out over this way to generate more of the map. All right, that's map 1 done. Let's get the rest done. Let's go. So not only was this my first time ever generating maps in Minecraft, it was also my first time using the elytra on the one-shot SMP. And oh my god, it was scary. We are so close to the end of our project, and I really do not want to die. Right, so here's the finished map, looking so awesome. You can see this is my castle here and Ryan's, and then we got Matt over there and Devil Bean there. But we need a build to put it in. We can't just leave it on the floor. Looks like Ryan's starting to do a bit of work. Right then, let's get building. Again with this build, I wanted to do something a little bit different than I'd done before, and I had the idea to try and build some sort of pagoda to house the map. I tried to use blocks that we were already using on the island, with the exception of a little bit of moss. I added some flowering azalea bushes for a pop of colour, and also some tall lilac flowers to match. Overall though, I think this ties in with the area pretty nicely, but there's still a little bit of tidying up to do, so I built another retaining wall on the path leading up to the farm. Alright guys, here's a little map area. I think it's looking super pretty, but the last thing we got to do is get the map in. So let's plop these down. There we go. Now I got to figure out where all these maps go. Cue the time lapse. Alright, there we go. I actually did it. Right, map ring complete. Looking awesome. And as you can see, I've tidied up this little area here too. So we've got another retaining wall for this path. Really happy with this area. Ah, much better. But guys, with the map room done, that pretty much wraps up all our projects for this series. Let's take a look back at what we've achieved this season. I cannot begin to tell you guys how much fun I've had on One Shot this season, but all good things must come to an end. And the end for us, unfortunately, is now. As fun as it's been, I've really been missing home. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of all my gear. We'll leave all our good stuff there. We don't really need any of this. Though I am going to take some steak for the journey. You know what? As well as this steak, I'm going to take Blocky and Ryan's friendship crystal. Bruh. Right, there we go. Ryan?
Block down.
Hello, hello. I kind of got some bad news. I'm heading home.
Wait, it's been a month already.
It has. It's been an entire month. My time's run out, and I figured instead of dying, I'm going to take the portal over there and just head home.
I'm going to miss you, buddy. I'm going to miss you, but I'll finish this island off for us, and I'll be seeing you soon.
What do you mean?
You know.
Kind of weird. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Right, let's head to the portal. And we'll get back home. Right, here we are. All right, one last look at the island. This place is looking so awesome. There's Ryan waving me goodbye. All right, let's go home, gang. Oh, are we home? We're home. Oh, it feels good to be back home. Let's go. But now we're back home. That's where I'm going to leave it for today, guys. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.